Hey guys, today on Car Guys Cook, we're going to talk about steak. Not just any kind of steak, we're going to teach you how to make Brazilian picanha. Picanha is actually considered to be the queen of all red meats. What is picanha? Picanha is actually the top sirloin cap. The sirloin cap is the most delectable, softest red meat with a nice layer of fat cap on the top. So picanha is actually relatively simple to prepare. The first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to take our picanha and make sure that we clean it. Let me show you how. So the first trick is to get all of this extra fat and silver skin actually off of the bottom side of the actual picanha. Once you clean it up and remove the silver skin, the picanha will be prepared. It's actually very simple. So now the picanha has been cleaned properly, and now all we're going to do is simply season the picanha with one ingredient, and one ingredient only. The only ingredient that this picanha actually needs is salt. A lot of people like to use a simple sea salt. This is actually a sea salt from Brazil. It's a coarse sea salt, pure white sea salt. But in the previous episode, I taught you how to actually make bacon-infused sea salt. And that's what we're going to use today. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually generously apply salt, our bacon salt, to the picanha and completely cover it. So as we completely cover the picanha, front, back, side to side, with our beautiful bacon sea salt, from that point on, once it is completely generously covered, we're going to actually let the picanha actually rest for 24 hours. So now that we've properly seasoned our picanha with our lovely homemade bacon-infused sea salt, it's time to allow this beautiful meat to rest overnight and be prepared to put on the grill tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're ready for the picanha. So the picanha has been able to rest in the salt, the bacon salt that we made earlier in the other video. You guys can look and see how I made that bacon salt. But the picanha is absolutely wonderful. We let it sit out in order to get room temperature because you don't want to put cold meat on the grill, otherwise the fibers of the meat will actually bind up and make the meat tough. So you want to make sure that you put any meat that you put on the grill at room temperature. The first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to bring this up just to show you a little bit. You see the salt is still very, very much granular and very much kind of bunched up, and there's a lot of the salt there. Because we put so much salt on it, what we're going to actually do is we're going to actually eliminate a lot of that salt, take a lot of that salt off before we put it on the grill. Otherwise it'll be way too salty. So all I'm going to do is kind of just brush off the salt back into the container of where we had the picanha sitting overnight. We're just going to clean it up. I've preheated my grill to 600 degrees. I'll let it open up a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fat side up. I'm going to go ahead, turn my middle burner off. So we are grilling with indirect heat, so my outside two burners are still going to be on. I'm actually going to go ahead and place the picanha in the middle of the grill and let it sear. Now I've actually prepared two here, So I'm going to go ahead and put the second one on as well, go through the same exact process. Alright guys, so we're at a perfect 135 degrees internal temperature. That's for medium rare. So I'm going to go ahead and take these beautiful picanha off of the grill and let them rest. Now we're going to let them rest over here off of the heat for a minimum of 10 minutes. Alright guys, so the picanha has rested for approximately 10 minutes and it is ready to slice. So the trick to slicing red meat is you want to go with the grains. So you see the grains are actually going right here along the line. We're actually going to cut the meat side up, the fat side down, because it's easier to actually cut through. So we're gonna go ahead and slice through the picanha right here, one by one. Nice sharp knife is necessary. And it cuts super, super soft. As you see, as I open it up, really nice pink center. It'll get more and more rare as we get to the middle of the meat, which is, in my opinion, the only way to eat picanha is rare. But there are some folks out there who want it a little bit more well done, and they will usually go towards the outer sides of the meat itself. It's super juicy. This is one of the juiciest cuts of meat that you will find. There are a lot of different ways to actually prepare picanha. This is just one of them. One of the ways that you'll find it, and we'll do a video on it one day here soon, is actually on a rotisserie where the fat is actually curled around the actual meat. So the meat is absorbed by the fat. Nice and thicker at the top there. And what I'm actually do is I'm going to take the green sauce that we prepared earlier. If you want to see how to make this green sauce, find one of the videos about this green sauce and you'll learn how to make it. It's super easy and amazing. We're just going to spoon it right over the picanha and let all that wonderful juice just drizzle right down into the beef.